welcome back to episode 2 of the Goblin Camp series. Today we're going to be building this Goblin Tower, and it didn't take that many pieces to create. It was basically just barbecue sticks and some wooden dowels. The hardest thing for you to probably find would be the wooden dowels, but you could use some foam board, popsicle sticks, two wooden dowels that I cut in half into 4-inch pieces, and a bunch of barbecue skewers. And it created this awesome looking Goblin Tower for our camp. Sorry it took me a while to get this video out. I had some issues making it, and the next episode may be out tomorrow. I'm not positive though. I had to wait another 24 hours for it to dry. We're building a campfire, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but let's jump in. So the first thing you want to do is you're gonna take a barbecue stick or skewer, just maybe even a toothpick, just anything that size, and you're gonna measure it to cut it about 2 inches. I use kitchen scissors to cut this. You could probably use whatever, really. And then you're gonna make 4 of those. Cut 2 barbecue sticks to about the same length, but it's okay if they're a little bit off. That just increases the effect of it looking like a goblin tower. And you're gonna use these to make the ladder for the Goblin Tower. Oh yeah, and also I cut wooden dowels into 4-inch pieces, and I made 4 of those as well. So now you're going to want to take your hot glue gun and put it on one end of those 2-inch barbecue sticks you made, and you're going to glue it onto the lower section of one of your wooden dowels. And this is what's going to be the connectors between all of the dowels. You're going to end up making another set of these on the top area, and yeah. So once you're done gluing all the sections together, you're going to take the hot glue gun and use the tip of it to melt the bulging areas of hot glue and just kind of work it up and down to just flatten it. This is harder to explain, but you'll figure it out pretty easily. So now you're going to take your barbecue stick and cut out an area slightly less than 2 inches, depending on how small you want the top area to be, and you're just going to cut out 4 of those again. So next you're going to take those pieces you just made and glue them to the top area, linking both of the tops of the wooden dowels together. Don't put it directly on top, you'll need that for some other thing later. And you're going to just attach all of them together, and this will make it much stronger than it was before. And yeah. As you can see, it's much stronger now, and yeah, it doesn't bend. And so now you're going to want to take a popsicle stick of really any size, as long as it's not too wide, and you're going to measure out the distance between the 2 tops of the dowels, and you're going to cut that out. You're going to want to make 2 of these. And so now you're going to want to measure the distance in between the 2 popsicle sticks. You're going to cut 2 of those out as well. So now you're going to want to take your smaller piece and hot glue it to the larger piece. And then you're going to take the other smaller piece and hot glue it to the larger piece just like this. And then you're going to take the larger popsicle stick piece and glue it onto both. So now you're going to want to take some dollar store ready board or slash foam board, or just really any foam core you could find. We used this in the last video to make the front and back walls of the Goblin hut. And you're going to use a pencil, or I just used one of the barbecue sticks to do this, and you're going to trace out that square you just made onto the ready board. And you're going to cut that out with a craft knife or utility knife, just knife, yeah. This is how we're going to make our wood planks for the top. You're going to take a crafting knife and cut 2 lines into the foam board. And you're going to take a popsicle stick or just, yeah, pencil, something like that. And increase the, bevel the edges, basically. I also beveled outside edges. And that just, beveled basically means just slanting the edges and just smoothing it out. I think it makes it look much better. Then you're also going to take that popsicle stick and you're going to go in and just drag lines. Sort of like wood grain. Just Google some pictures on wood grain if you want to know what that looks like. Also, make sure you continue wood grain down the sides of the piece. Take out your hot glue gun and put it all over the square popsicle stick thing from earlier and glue on the wood we just made. And yeah, that's how we do the top area. Now take your glue gun and do the tops of all of the dowels. This will be the area where you attach your top piece. And then just, set it right on there. If there's any gaps, just fill it in with hot glue and try to use the tip to make it look better. Here I am figuring out how large I want the ladder to be. Do this compared to your miniature size you're using. I'm using 28mm scale miniatures, so the ladder rungs are pretty large for this. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take more barbecue sticks and cut them into pieces whatever length you would like your ladder rungs to be. I chose this length just because I felt like it matched good with goblins. And you're just going to want to cut out whatever number ones that will create the right distance between ladder rungs for your miniature size. So now you want to bring out your hot glue gun and just basically glue these in whatever increments you want, depending on how large your miniatures are. Again, I know there's 25mm, 16mm, I've even seen some 50mm miniatures. It just completely matters what game you're playing. I'm playing D&D, and so the standard miniature scale is 28mm, so yeah. Yeah, here's all them on. Okay, this is past me, and yeah, this created a lot more stringies than I thought it would. Yeah. So now you're gonna just cover these both in black Mod Podge. This step you can kind of skip, but I wouldn't do that. I feel like the Mod Podge really just solidifies it and just keeps it one. Because the hot glue is great and all, but that bends easier. The Mod Podge just hardens everything up. It protects the foam. I just love it. By the way, this is totally from Black Magic Craft. I did not invent this at all. It's just this Mod Podge stuff, and you just mix it with black paint, and it's beautiful. Go check out Black Magic Craft. I'll put a link. And here's me doing the tower section. I'm not gonna go over the painting because it was very simple. I just painted it all brown and did a slight overbrush. So what I did for the pelt on the top is I just basically ripped out a piece of paper. It doesn't matter what kind of paper, just rip it out. I crumbled it up to add more texture, and yeah. So now I took some tan paint and I mixed it with a bunch of paint water I had, and just, yeah. And then you just take the paper, and just dip it in there and get the paint all over it. And you're just gonna set this on top of the model. And then I realized I should probably use some glue. For some reason, I didn't record it, but I basically just super glued on the ladder. Sorry about the drying glue. For some reason, the super glue came undone, and I had to re-glue it with different glue. So yeah. This project turned out pretty okay. The ladder breaking at the end was a bummer, but yeah, that happens. Episode 2 should probably be out tomorrow now that I think about it. If the glue doesn't dry, it won't, but I can't see it drying for another day after that. Peace.